Marie said, I've looked into purchasing pan pastels, but they are pretty expensive. Any tips for an affordable brand for beginners who want color fastness? I'm looking for affordable quality. So this is a great example. When you are on a budget, which especially these days, we're all on a budget, but when we're on a budget, but we still want quality, buy the best, just buy fewer colors. So let's say you want pan pastel, fewer colors. Start with black and white. Just get those two. You can do entire pieces with black and white, master the blending, master everything, and then add, as you can afford it, add additional colors as you want. I don't think that there's a product that compares to pan pastels anyway. They're really kind of a standalone, amazing, like, I'm in love with them and I don't even like pastel. And that's a better way. You can sell that work. It's archival. It's, well, depending on what paper you use, but that gives you a lot of options while still being archival. Let's say you're colored pencil. You want to get really good colored pencils, but they're expensive. Trust me, I know. Get a set of 12 polychromos. Set of, I don't know what the small sets of Derwent Lightfast are, but the set of 12 polychromos has everything you need, and then add like one of the Derwent Lightfast white. Polychromos white is okay for some things, but not for everything. 12 polychromos, I can do anything with those. I did a macaw and I've got magentas out of I don't have a magenta pencil in that set of 12. I could mix it with my blues and my reds, and I was able to make a magenta color. You have a lot of options with fewer colors. The other benefit of doing that, you are going to master color mixing. So we'll use colored pencil as an example again. If you've only got 12 colors, you have to learn to mix and blend. When we buy colored pencils, we get a set of 120, set of 150, whatever, a big set. You get that big set and it is overwhelming. You're like, why are there 800 yellows? Okay, my math is terrible. There's, 4, 5, 6 yellows. How do you know which yellow? If you've only got one yellow, one green, one blue, you don't need to worry about that. You've got one option. You'll learn to mix from what you have. Let's say I have green and it's too blue. I want it more yellow, more like closer to yellow on the color wheel. Obviously, add yellow to that color or add red to tone it down. You're going to learn things like that from using fewer colors better than if you're just like, oh, I've got the perfect color pencil. I don't have to learn to mix. I'm just going to pull this out. You will learn so much more. Same thing with paint. Let's say you're getting started with acrylics, with watercolor, whatever. Pick the bare minimum amount of colors to get started at even black and white. Master black and white, because that's going to be way cheaper to get started in, obviously 2 colors, but you can still use the best products. You're going to master that medium versus using crappy, cheap, inexpensive. It doesn't blend right. It doesn't layer right. You're not learning a lot from crap products. Plus, you can't even sell it. I can sell black and white painting. Black and white paintings are amazing. Let's say I got a set of some crap out of China, like they have all the cheap stuff you buy on Amazon. I get those. Those aren't Lightfast at all. They all say amazing Lightfast quality. But I've contacted these companies. They're like, oh yeah, we don't test for it. It's very expensive to test. So of course they don't test at those prices. Really shady. Kind of like the companies out of China, a lot of them will name their brand made in North Carolina. And so you assume that means, or it'll be named made in the USA, but they're not. That's just the name of their brand. And it's like, wow, that is some shady marketing. I don't even know how that's legal. But that's the same thing with like excellent light fastness or light fast quality or excellent, I forget how they word it, but it's like, but they didn't test. It's just made up. So same thing. A lot of those, I wouldn't have you learn on those. I would rather have you learn on like Liquitex Basics, which are my favorite acrylics. And they're also fairly inexpensive. So bonus there. Get black and white, master that. Don't get a set of 15, like tons of colors of the cheap out of China stuff that is not going to blend well. It's not going to layer well. It's not going to perform well. You're not learning to use it well because it can't perform. It can't do what the other paints can do. So you're so much better off. Fewer colors, high quality is what I would suggest. Wow, I just dragged that out, didn't I?